Laura is at her limit. She carries an oxygen tank with her because she can no longer breathe on her own.
Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. People featured in the show My 600-Pound Life have had intense past trauma in their lives, and that is when they found comfort in food, resulting in severe health issues and some risky conditions. In today's video, we will be looking at such drastic life and death situations. Charity Pierce.
But the weight stopped me from saying goodbye to my mom. I didn't lose enough in time.
I want to go home and I want to see my family because you never know when it's their last day.
Charity Pierce was one of the show's most complex characters, and she endured a series of setbacks throughout filming. She had to cope with flesh-eating bacteria as well as her mother's untimely death. Even after that, we can't help but mention the mental distress she felt as a result of watching her daughter battle with weight too. Pierce dropped approximately 400 pounds with the help of Dr. Nowzaradan, and during her gastric bypass surgery, they removed lumps from her body and nearly 40 pounds of skin. She has shed more than 500 pounds. Pierce is one of the series' great success stories. And based on her social media presence, she's in a lot better shape now than she was all those years ago.
In 2 years, you're gonna be up to 600 pounds.
Charlie, we need to stop and only buy the things that we're supposed to buy and stop buying crap.
Then you need to take the lead and make the choices that you're supposed to. And stop blaming Charlie.
Laura Perez.
Some days I want to die so they don't have to take care of me anymore.
Laura Perez weighed 594 pounds when she first appeared on the show, and her weight battle was largely due to childhood trauma. Perez also had crippling diabetes. She had to be pushed around in a wheelchair while being hooked up to an oxygen tank. Doctors told her she only had a few months to change her life or she wouldn't survive.
Laura is at her limit. She carries an oxygen tank with her because she can no longer breathe on her own. What seems to be your biggest challenge with your eating habits?
Laura first struggled as she was advised to lose a significant amount of weight on her own to be accepted for the gastric bypass surgery. During the surgery, Dr. Now found Laura's spleen and liver were enlarged, making the bypass problematic. As a result, he had to remove about 80% of her stomach. She struggled with pneumonia after her surgery, but she continued to battle her weight. Laura had lost an incredible 237 pounds by the end of her episode, resulting in a final weight of 357 pounds. Kelly Mason.
Every day is a bad day, and every step is torture.
When Kelly Mason made an appearance, she weighed 726 pounds and had a long history of health problems, including type 2 diabetes and congestive heart failure. She grew up eating fast food and took solace in it during her difficult times. She ate even more after seeing her abuser die in a vehicle accident because she felt guilty for being pleased with his death. Mason was a patient who put in a lot of effort for Dr. Now.
I'm excited but scared to see Dr. Now because this is the opportunity of a lifetime to get his help.
After a hospital and rehab stay, she was able to qualify for surgery, and her weight was reduced to 383 pounds. However, Mason's weight loss didn't stop her heart from failing, and she died in her sleep in February 2019, during the 10th month of her film journey.
My grandmother moved into a senior citizens building, but you couldn't have a kid living with you, so I saw her less and less, and I felt abandoned.
Tommy Johnson.
I went online and bought like 15 pair of grip socks. I even wear them in the shower.
Tommy was 38 years old when he first came on the show. He struggled to break the food addiction, which had left him almost immobile when he initially arrived with his 641-pound bulk. It not only prohibited him from achieving his desire of marrying, but it also put his life in jeopardy. Worst of all, his own girlfriend was feeding him to death. Amanda had a thing for men who were morbidly obese. She had previously been in a relationship with a man who weighed over 700 pounds. He died later as a result of his huge weight, but Amanda has continued to date extremely heavy men. Tommy was placed on the normal weight loss program by Dr. Now.
You need to make those changes to be permanent and stick with him.
However, this case had its own set of challenges. Dr. Now sought the assistance of his specialist team of psychiatrists to diagnose Tommy's food addiction and determine why Amanda was acting as his enabler. Tommy worked hard for a year to lose the requisite weight, and by his last weigh-in, he had reduced a total of 218 pounds from his starting weight.
So far, he has already lost almost 200 pounds, with a little over 250 pounds left to go to get to his target weight.
Isaac Martinez.
The emotion's still there. Isaac, it feels like you gave up your dream.
Yeah.
At the initial weigh-in, Isaac Martinez, a 23-year-old, weighed 661 pounds. He had struggled with food since he was a child, and after his mother suffered a terrible stroke, he turned to it as a vice. Isaac took it upon himself to care for his family after his mother was diagnosed with cancer, but it just made his weight worse. By the time he was 14, he weighed over 300 pounds, which led to Isaac suffering a heart attack. Moreover, he was eventually diagnosed with cellulitis, which might have led to a coma. Isaac was accepted for surgery after a series of ups and downs.
I'm a little disappointed that I didn't get approved today. So I see that as a step towards getting my surgery. You know, doing another 2 months where I'd have to push myself like I just did isn't my first choice to keep going and to lose more weight.
But he was told he would have to continue losing weight for another 2 months. By the end of his episode, he had shed 122 pounds in a year and weighed 539 pounds. His life has been a bit of a mystery since then.
I don't know how I'm gonna get up, but I'll get up. How you been?
I've been good.
That's good. Making some changes.
Celia McMillan.
One of these days, I'm really just not gonna wake up. My kids are gonna come in and find me dead.
Celia McMillan started eating to deal with trauma from her alcoholic father and after her mother's death. She also survived a heart attack at 39 years old and grieved the sudden death of her fiancé after a fatal car accident. She weighed 643 pounds on her first appearance on the show. McMillan was not cleared for weight loss surgery while struggling with Dr. Now's diet.
I'm upset.
Why are you upset?
Because I thought I did way better than what I did, and I'm just...
Because she was making poor progress, and Dr. Now was concerned about her intestinal obstruction. But she shed a total of 145 pounds at the end of her episode. She was hemorrhaging and becoming septic from her diet regime, and her condition got so bad that she had to be put on life support.
I try to put it in my mind that it just didn't happen.
Well, oftentimes people that have significant trauma deal with things by burying those feelings really deeply.
McMillan eventually realized her mistake, but it was too late for her, and she passed away.
As weird as it sounds, after all that happened to me then, I just realized I still hadn't recovered much and healed. My life is something I've wanted to escape a lot of times, and that weighs on me a lot.
Erica Wall.
Can't believe she just wasted all that food. I'm so frustrated right now.
The life that I'm living is pathetic, it's disgusting, and I'm going to die very soon.
The story of Erica Wall first aired during season 5 of the show. At the time of filming, she weighed 661 pounds.
I've always been concerned about Erica's weight and where she is right now.
Erica's weight prevented her from visiting her dying mother in the hospital. Her frustrations eventually drove her to seek treatment from Dr. Now. Erica has had a difficult time in front of the camera as well as behind the scenes.
Some days I feel like a ticking time bomb because of how excruciating the pain is.
She shed over 190 pounds before her bariatric surgery and another 100 pounds after the cameras were taken away. But losing nearly half her body weight wasn't simple.
So you have lost some weight. You are finally making progress, but you should have lost a little bit more because it took half a year to do it.
Dr. Now had to make extra efforts to fix the earlier damage due to her previous stomach stapling, which made her most current bariatric surgery a nightmare. She and her boyfriend Jimmy had a brief breakup after he effectively accused her of being a hoarder. However, it appears that she and Jimmy have resumed their romance recently. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again